This is Ian Mathias from Mathias Unboxing. If you love your boxing, hit the like button, subscribe and drop a comment below. For this week's installment, we're going to be looking at one of my favourite up and coming fighters, superstar in the making, Shakur Stevenson. He's going to be taking on Jeremiah Nakathila. This fight will take place on the 12th of June at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas. This is for the WBO Interim World Super Featherweight title, with the winner being in line for a shot at Jemal Herring. So getting straight into everything with the tail of the tape. Introducing the former WBO Featherweight champion, Shakur Stevenson. Hailing from New Jersey, USA, he brings an unbeaten record of 15 wins, 8 by KO. Shakur had a decorated amateur career. He's a former youth Olympic gold medalist and picked up a silver at the Rio Olympics in 2016. This is his 4th year as a professional. Now his opponent is the hard-hitting Namibian Jeremiah Nakathila, who will be fighting out of Africa for only the 2nd time in his career. He brings an impressive 21 wins and 17 KOs to the ring. His only loss came when he travelled to Russia back in 2016. Now, as mentioned, I'm very excited about the future of Shakur Stevenson. With his skill set and his amateur pedigree, coupled along with the fact having Andre Ward on his management team, he's destined to be a superstar for me. When you actually watch Shakur and see what he's capable of doing, he's capable of fighting on the front foot, he's capable of fighting on the back foot, he's got a fantastic defence. Shakur's got very fast hands. Good thing for him, he's 5'8". As he grows into his man strength, at the moment he's only 23, turning 24 this month. As he grows, he's able to go through the weights. It's the closest I've seen to being a Floyd Mayweather. On top of the skill set that he has as well, just to make life worse for everyone, he's a southpaw. When you look through Shakur's resume, for me there are 2 stand-up wins. The first one is Christopher Diaz, who recently went 12 rounds with Emmanuel Navarrete, getting knocked out in the last 15 seconds, and also against Joet Gonzalez. In the fight against Gonzalez, Stevenson put on an absolute masterclass. He was able to confuse the aggressive come forward Gonzalez with his speed and movement. And for the Diaz fight, which he took on in only his 11th fight, he was again too fast, too intelligent for the Puerto Rican, and won a unanimous decision. With Shakur, I absolutely love his variation in punches. His jab variation is spot on. He goes upstairs, downstairs. It all looks so fluent. He has all the shots in the book. At 23, he's only going to get better and better and better. Jeremiah Nakathia. It seems to me he's campaigned his whole career at super featherweight, and it's clear that he carries power. Now, he may have only been fighting mainly in Africa, but he has been knocking people out. Looking at his last fight against Emmanuel Amos, Nakathia was the one who was pressing the fight, constantly on the front foot and looking to unload his power punches. When Amos did throw punches, Nakathia seemed to go back in a straight line. There was no real head movement from him, but the Namibian-born man does clearly carry power. He dropped Amos in the first round with a chopping right hand and ended the fight pretty quickly in the 2nd round. It is hard to decipher how good Nakathia is. There's no recognisable names on his record, and looking at his record, his opponents have always had a few losses prior to him fighting them. Looking at the footage and reviewing his record, this seems to be, on paper at least, a straightforward assignment for the young American. Now for the actual prediction, as I mentioned, I can only see it being one winner in this fight, and it is Shakur Stevenson. He's fought at a higher level, and there's so much talent, I can't see Nakathia having any real success in this fight. I see Shakur hitting him with 2 or 3 punches as he comes in, moving, getting out of the way, and hitting him again. Namibian does not have any head or lateral movement, and he's not going to be able to learn that in just one camp. Shakur is going to be able to hit him at will, and I don't see him really be able to get too many punches off on Shakur with his defensive prowess. So for me, Shakur is going to end up being too quick, too slick for Nakathia. I think he could potentially go and get a late stoppage, maybe rounds 8 to 10, and hopefully then straight after the fight he's banging the drum to get the bigger fights. I'd love to see him call out Jemal Herring, who, with it being a WBO Interim title, it makes sense. Herring himself coming fresh off a win against Carl Frampton, but we need to start seeing Shakur in these more difficult fights. At the moment, as I mentioned before, Joet Gonzalez, Christopher Diaz have been the 2 that he's fought, but we're facing someone like a Herring with the sheer size difference. And there's also fights out there with Oscar Valdez. There's also his recent victim, Miguel Buchholz. These are going to be the fights that we're going to see with Shakur Stevenson. Matchmaking him though is going to be difficult. Why would you want to fight this tricky, quick, slick southpaw? Look at the Top Rank and their recent poor performance promoting Toolboxing's elite talent, Terence Crawford and Teofimo Lopez. I do have a little concern that we're going to see him in these mega fights. So that's a wrap for that video, guys. If you liked the video, hit a thumbs up, drop a comment, let me know who you'd like to see Shakur Stevenson fighting next. Would you like to see him against Valdez, Burchard, Herring, or is there anyone else you'd like to see him fight? Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon for the next episode of Matthias Unboxing.